We often think that we can prevent bad things from happening if we do the right things, worship the right God, marry the right person, live in the right place, get the right job, etc. We surround ourselves with people, habits, and possessions that make us feel in control. But unfortunately, life isn't only an upward trajectory. Everyone, including you, will have upsets and traumas throughout their spiritual journey that will cause suffering. Author Florida Scott Maxwell warns us, life does not accommodate you, it shatters you. Every seed destroys its container, or else there would be no fruition. Here, Maxwell is telling us that for spiritual growth and self-awareness to occur, we need to have our existing perspectives and beliefs challenged. Our previous containers of understanding need to be broken open to make room for new awareness to emerge. One of the best ways to transcend suffering is to recognize that your suffering has a deeper meaning and purpose. Many who have gone through suffering see it as the trigger that starts us on a spiritual journey. Like diamonds formed under heat and pressure within the earth, there is a divine seed within each of us that only awakens after either a sudden, mystical experience or a serious trauma. When life gets hard, we often go through a dark night of the soul, feeling disconnected from ourselves, others, and life itself. We may suffer from depression, self-hatred, loneliness, and despair. This darkness sparks an inner longing to rediscover our inner light and cause us to re-examine our lives. Eckhart Tolle tells us, if you had not suffered as you have, there would be no depth to you as a human being, no humility, no compassion. Difficult times can propel our spiritual growth, forcing us to look deeper within, question our beliefs, and seek meaningful connections to ourselves, others, and the divine. If we approach suffering with openness, it can be transformed into wisdom and compassion. We all go through dark times in life, from cancer to divorce, abuse, illness, betrayal, loss, and grief. Life can sometimes feel overwhelming. When we experience such deep suffering, it's natural to feel alone, afraid, angry, and exhausted. All we want is to make the pain go away. But how can we actually do that? Let's review key ways we can transform this suffering into spiritual awareness and growth. Although solitude can be healthy sometimes, overwhelming emotions of grief, anger, sadness, and fear are better faced with support from caring connections. Humans are social beings, and we need to know we're not alone, especially when we're in pain. Seeking an outside, objective perspective is also very helpful when we're immersed in hardship. Our own viewpoint tends to get skewed by the intensity of negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Finding someone who can compassionately listen without judgment and hold space for us as we process trauma is ideal. Reaching out for support and comfort when struggling is not weakness. It demonstrates wisdom, self-awareness, and inner strength. It shows our readiness to welcome healing. Actively surrendering, letting go, and releasing requires bravery. When adversity strikes, it's also common to feel like a powerless victim at the mercy of misfortune. However, perceiving difficulties as happening for us rather than to us can be empowering. Framing trauma as an opportunity to learn and grow can transform our mindset from feeble to hopeful. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "What am I being taught here?" Reframing tough situations this way helps uncover the hidden blessings that enable positive transformation despite the pain. We start recognizing the ways hardship can facilitate growth mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Seeing loss, illness, rejection, and failure as a teacher rather than an enemy engenders resiliency. Trauma contains lessons about what really matters, how strong we can be, and how to relate to others. Rather than scar, hardships can catalyze profound healing. Adopting this mindset shift takes time, especially when suffering feels endless. That's understandable. Changing perspective amid a crisis is hard. Have self-compassion. Take small steps. The more we search for meaning amidst the darkness, the more hope, strength, and wisdom we can uncover. When facing difficulties, it's also common to immediately seek someone or something to blame. Parents, partners, friends, society. Although blame temporarily feels justified and relieving, ultimately, it just breeds more bitterness and doesn't solve anything. Playing the blame game is like ingesting poison. It makes us feel worse inside. Rather than finger-pointing, it's important to find healthy ways to release anger and pain. Cathartic activities can provide emotional cleansing and prevent destructive thought patterns from taking root. Physical exercise, having a good cry, screaming into a pillow, creative arts, like writing or dancing, can all help purge frustration, opening space for clarity and solution-focused thinking. With regular practice, conscious release can shift blame into empowerment. As Antoine de Saint-Exupéry explains, a single event can awaken within us a stranger totally unknown to us. To live is to be slowly born. Without these challenges, we would not be able to awaken our inner divine awareness. This suffering is the catalyst for our spiritual growth. When facing these difficulties, it's easy to fall into a pit of gloom, doom, and depression. The chaos of emotions can leave us feeling numb and stalled. We can easily get caught up in distractions, seeking diversions from our current reality, like binge-watching TV or mindlessly scrolling through social media posts. But it's important not to stay immobilized, but seek consciousness. Everything you want in life is on the other side of that suffering. Taking steps to move in a different direction is key, no matter how small the action. Carl Jung stated, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." The key to taking control of our own fate is asking, "Where can I go from here?" And pondering the next right step helps pull us out of inaction. Considering practical approaches toward the pain introduces hopeful possibilities for change. New directions reorient energy from being stuck to seeing opportunities for growth. Even basic self-care choices begin to create emotional shifts. Listening to a meditation, reciting an affirmation, reading an uplifting book, taking cleansing breaths, or nature walks. Reflecting on a career change opens up purpose and a route to a more meaningful life. When in pain, we tend to avoid connecting with the heart. Suffering makes the heart feel unsafe, and opening it may release overwhelming feelings and emotions, so we shut it down as self-protection. But completely cutting off from our heart center also numbs us from what we most need: love, hope, inner wisdom. While diving headfirst into the depths of emotions may seem too much for a hurting mind to manage, there are small ways to gently nurture the heart connection. Cuddle a pet who adores you without question. Play songs that touch your soul. Sit outside and let nature's beauty soothe, or watch a heartwarming video that reconnects you to goodness. Allow your heart to lead you back home. Since the external world is always changing in unpredictable ways, our suffering fosters an inner foundation that empowers us with a refuge that can't be taken away when chaos strikes again. Rather than put faith solely in people or things for security, nurturing an inner safe space cultivates resilience. Relationships may change, material items may be lost, but the love we have cultivated for ourselves remains unwavering. Self-trust anchors us amidst turbulence. Seeing the impermanence of life can be disturbing, but also freeing. It inspires living more fully in the present, detaching from fixed beliefs about how things should be. Less reliance on controlling life liberates energy to flow with change rather than rigidly resist it. We suffer less when accepting uncertainty as part of life's adventure. Thank you for your generous support and for being part of this family to bring light into this world. And to discover more about the harsh truths of spirituality, watch this video next.